Must be awful to be other kinds of stuff. You know, I'm glad I'm this. This is a pretty good deal when you consider the alternatives. Anything else, any other kind of thing, you're in the food chain. You're in the food. We are out of the food chain. I don't know if we fully appreciate the fact that we got out of the food chain. That is a massive upgrade. Because for every other living thing, life ends by being eaten. That's how all life ends, is every single life except human life. Every life ends like this. Ah! 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 We're the only ones that get to just die old in a bed. Just, I love you. Bye. I mean, imagine if we were still in the food chain on top of everything else. Imagine if we were in the food chain. It would just be another thing you gotta deal with. You're already having a bad day. You wake up in the morning, you're making breakfast, you burn your toast, and it's too late to try again. And your kid comes in and says, "Bleh," and you're like, fine. And it's just, why? You get a thing in the mail that says that your phone's different and your mortgage is another company now. What? I don't get it. Then you're walking to work like, why do I even bother? Oh, shit. God damn it. There's always fucking cheetahs at the train station. Stop it. Do you think that sharks would be embarrassed if they knew that we could all see their fins sticking out of the top of the water? I think they'd be bummed, because I don't think sharks are aware of that at all. I think sharks think they're slick. They swim around like, hey, nobody has any idea who's down here. And we're all up here like, there's totally a shark right there. It wouldn't be fun being a predator either. If you're a predator, imagine if every time you're hungry, you gotta chase a guy who's running for his life. You gotta, come on, dude, shit, get over here. And just hold him down and bite his neck till he shuts the fuck up for a minute. So you can just sit there and eat his stomach before you go to work. That would really suck. That's why animals just, they go, let's do this together, man. You chase the parents away, I am gonna eat the kid, and you circle back. That's why they do it like that. Fuck it, I'm eating babies. This is bullshit.
I was, and I went to the Sopranos table, because those people are unreal to me, you know?
Right.
And so I just sort of stood around. And
you stood near the Sopranos.
Yeah, I
first,
stood there.
You went from I went from I went over to like, hi everybody, Louis C.K. to amending your story to I stood around there.
I stood around the Sopranos, and Gandolfini was really nice. He said, like, I saw your show, I laughed.
Right.
Like, he said it like that, like he can't say anything directly, you know, that mobster thing. And
right.
Do you think it was funny? I laughed. That's all I'm willing to say. But Paulie Walnuts came up to me.
Paulie Walnuts.
And he just goes, yeah, Lucky Louie. Like jabbed me in the chest like that.
Right.
Yeah, Lucky Louie. And I'm like, yeah. And he says, yeah, that show, let me tell you something. You got to hire some new writers because that show's a piece of He said, you got to fix it. You're going to be committing Harry Carey within a year. That's awful. He's like, I turned it on. I was like, oh, what is this? Like, he's just hated it.
Uh-huh.
And I wrote the show, too, so I did. So but there's no way I'm going to go, see here, Mr. Walnuts. You know,
How dare you,
No, and I was
Mr.
really
Walnuts.
honored that I got to meet that's meeting Paulie Walnuts.
Sure.
It would have been disappointing if he was like, I really enjoy your show.
Yeah. You met the real guy.
I met the actual
Did he start hitting you with a baseball bat?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Do you're a very funny comic. I've watched, your act a lot over the years, and you talk a lot, of course, about being married and being a, dad. Do you miss anything about being single, the single life? Because, you do a lot of material about, you obviously love your kids and your wife, but
I do. But there's a lot of avoidance in being a dad. Like, I love to run errands. Like, the other day, I flushed all the toilet paper down the toilet so I could get out of the house, have something to do.
Right.
We love errands. Dads love errands.
Yeah.
But anything. I'll go paper towels. I'll go to the paper towel factory in Nova Scotia and get them right now. But I don't miss being single because I hated that.
You didn't like being single?
No, I wasn't good at it. I didn't know how to get with women. I had one beautiful
Maybe it's the way you phrased it.
Yeah, get with them.
I wish to get with you.
I wish to get with you.
If that's possible, contact my lawyer.
I wish to have you.
Yeah.
I was with one really hot woman once, and she got very drunk and slept with me. And the next morning, I remember her looking down at me, and she was so horrified. And
what?
She just looked at me like, ugh, like I feel like felt like she had raped herself with me somehow. And I saw her.
Oh God!
I saw her questioning everything that led up to being with me.
Yeah.
And I realized, like, I am somebody's rock bottom moment.
Terrible.
The moment in someone's life where they looked at me and went, okay, I gotta stop all of this crap. I gotta reconcile with my dad. I gotta go back to school.
It's a weird selection process that we have. Dating really is how we evolve as dating. It's how we choose each other. And dating is a real drag for a lot of people, but I always think it's a nice thing. When I see a date, I'm always happy. When I see a couple on a date, because it means people are still trying, You see a couple on a date, it means there's still courage out there. That takes courage to go on a date, for both sides. Two very different kinds of courage. The male courage, traditionally speaking, is that he decided to ask. He went up to a random woman who he has no idea if she's going to like him or not, and he walked up to her, terrifying. Everything in your body's telling you, just go the fuck home and jerk off. Don't do this. But he walked up and said, hi, yes. And she's like, no, give me a second. And you try to get through this membrane of, and then if it works and you say, you want to go out sometime? Sometimes she'll say yes. And if she says yes, that's her courage. And the courage it takes for a woman to say yes is beyond anything I can imagine. A woman saying yes to a date with a man is literally insane and ill-advised. And the whole species' existence counts on them doing it. And I don't know how do women still go out with guys when you consider the fact that there is no greater threat to women than men. We're the #1 threat to women. Globally and historically, we're the #1 cause of injury and mayhem to women. We're the worst thing that ever happens to them. That's true. You know what our #1 threat is? Heart disease. That's the whole thing. That's it. Just our own heart going, dude, you can't keep doing this. I told you 3 strokes ago that this is not smart. But women still think, yeah, I'll go out with you alone at night. What are you, nuts? I'll get in your car with you with my little shoulders. Hi, where are we going? To your death, statistically. How do they still do it? If you're a guy, try to imagine that you could only date a half bear, half lion. And you're like, oh, I hope this one's nice. I hope he doesn't do what he's going to do. I love when I see a date. You see a date, you can tell it's the first date because the way they're walking together, and she's looking up at his face trying to figure him out, and he's just a mess. A guy in a first date he has no actual personality. He's just a mishmash of different kinds of dudes for a couple of seconds each. Just anything. no cohesive, just like a ransom note cut out of a lot of magazines. Just, yes, I think so too. Whatever, just like a blind dick in space, just thrusting in infinite directions, hoping to find pay dirt at some place. And then sometimes you see a date that's later down the line and something has happened. There's something that happens in a date that I never get to witness, because women do this. They get to do it inside. They get to just decide quietly, I'm going to let him fuck me. They just get to decide. Something he says, and she's like, that was good, he's going to fuck me later. And he has no idea. He's still like trying all this shit. He still has no idea he's already in there.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah. Thank you for applauding. Seriously, because I did a show where they don't applaud when you go on stage. It's called Mo Better Mondays. That's the name of the show at the Improv, Mo Better Mondays. It's an all-black audience. And I had done a show called Chocolate Sundays at the Laugh Factory, which is an all-black audience. And they invited me because they thought I was black, because of my name, because I directed Pootie Tang, so people sometimes think I'm black. And so they invited me to the show. So I get there, and they go, oh, hi. And I look in the room and I go, oh, hi. And then we kind of stand there trying to decide, and I go, fuck it, hi. And they go, yeah, hi. All right. So I went on, and this is Chocolate Sundays at the Laugh Factory, and it was fucking great. I had a great time because nobody else is trying. They're all up there just acting cool, and I went up there and I tried, and everybody appreciated it. So then, because most comedians don't try. I'm not saying because they were black, but they were all black and unfunny. Every single one of them was black. There are far more unfunny white comedians than unfunny black ones. But every single comedian on that show was black and unfunny. Should have been the name of the show. Really. But I was white and hilarious. And also, you know, privileged and lucky to be white. It's awesome. It is a very... everybody who's white should just wake up and go, I'm fucking white! This is great! How easy is this shit? I don't have to fucking explain myself ever. I look people in the eye with confidence. Nobody fucks with me. The police protect me. It's amazing that black people, all they can hope for the cops is that they'll leave them alone. And we actually get to hope that they'll protect us. It's fucking a chasm of difference. And I'm on the greatest side of that chasm. I am on the fucking sweet side of that chasm. Just a fact, it's not a nice thing, but it happens to benefit me greatly. But anyway, I'm not gonna lie about it. Oh, it sucks being white. White people always complain about something like, oh, I don't get to say nigger. Like, oh, white people, why can't, they can say it to each other, but like, they want to go to the Supreme Court. I should be allowed to say it somehow. It's not right. Just don't, why do you want to say it so bad? Say it. Fuck. Anyway. So, Chocolate Sunday, I didn't certainly do any of that material there. The Chocolate Sunday is really great. I just talked about my kid and cars. And then I went to do Mo Better Mondays, and I thought, I got invited to do Mo Better Mondays, and that's where I became racist. I became prejudiced, because I said, hey, they'll love me there. Because I just thought, there's black people in that building, so the black people in that building will be the exact carbon copies. There's no way they won't laugh, because they laughed the first time. So I went, people were saying, Mo Better Mondays is not nice. And I'm like, fuck you, you're just white, and I'm better. So yeah, I'm white too, but I've been there and I got laughs. And white people that make black people laugh are very proud of themselves. So I went to Mo Better Mondays, and it's not at all even close to the same people. They're fucking suburban people in Chocolate Sundays. Mo Better Mondays, they have the machine, and they're selling cologne in the bathroom, and people are fucking hard, and they do not clap when they bring people on stage. People go on, they go, all right, how about a hand for Joe, or whatever, and then he just walks up, to silence. I mean, I've never even seen that on any show in my life. There isn't just the benefit of the doubt applause. They just say, let's bring him up. And he just walks up and the people go, yeah, okay, go. And I went on and I didn't pay attention to the people before me because they were smart. They didn't go right into jokes. They started talking and shit. They just go, hey, yeah, all right, how you doing? Yeah, I'm just hanging, okay. For like 3 minutes of that shit. And then eventually they go, okay, they slide into a joke and get a tiny laugh. And by the end of the time they left, they go, all right. And then they applaud when the guy left. I go on and I just go, and I do a joke right away, and it gets nothing. And not only does it get silence, when I move on to the next joke, that's when I hear a noise. Because when I start going anyway, so they all go, oh shit, that was it? That was the whole fucking, oh shit! Oh damn! Like they didn't know the joke was over even until I started joke number 2. Joke number 1. So joke number, what? Really? That's what, oh! Then I do joke number 2 and now it's not silent. It's like, no man. No. Like literally that sound coming out of many tables. No. And then I try the thing that never fails when you're bombing. I go, oh, fuck you people, I'm staying up here. That always works when you're bombing. You go, you know what, fuck you, I'm doing my time. And somebody always goes, all right, I can respect the balls. But they all went, no, get off. What guy said that? Just real serious. No, get off. Get off now. And I was like, yeah, okay. I did like a minute total. And, fuck, that hurt so bad, man. And I was in the car afterwards just like, oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't mean to tell that whole story. It's just that when you applauded when I came up here, I felt, oh, that's nice, that helps. That's it. Sorry. It's too long. Anyway, but it's nice to see you all here, and it's kind of funny to see you all because I fucked all of your mothers. Just so as a coincidence, kind of. All of your mothers. That's what I was going to open with. I was just in Ireland, and they have these posters. In Ireland, there's an election going on, and all over Europe right now, actually, for the whatever. I don't fucking care. It's not here, so it doesn't matter. It fucking don't matter at all. So, but I'm in Ireland, and there's an election, and there's a guy whose poster says, "Stop the pedophiles." That's his slogan. Stop the pedophiles. And here's the thing, even if you're against the pedophiles, I wouldn't want my face with pedophiles all over the nation that I live in, you know? And I told that to an Irishman, and he said, you know, actually, we say pedophiles. I'm like, hey, I've been fucking kids for 10 years. Don't tell me how to say pedophiles. I think I would know. I speak with some authority when you say pedophiles. What else that's horrible? I've just been having horrible thoughts. I was going by a wedding, and there's this beautiful, I was going by a church, this wedding was coming out, and it was just so beautiful, and I kind of couldn't resist. I ran up to the groom, and I said, you fucking liar! I sucked your cock! You said we were going to Massachusetts! Stereotypical gay guy. Here's the thing, right? It's not cool, right, to make fun of stereotypical gay people, but there are some gay guys who talk like that. There are gay guys who wear shorts that are really tight, and then those sleeve shirts can go, you're an asshole! And those guys are silly. And they should be laughed at. Not all gays. To say, hey, all gay people act like this is wrong, but to point out that a gay guy that acts like that is funny, it's just fucking true. They're hilarious. Hello! There are gay guys who act like that, and they're fucking ridiculous. Of course they are. Just like when you see a black guy, there are black guys who go, shit, motherfucker! That shit's funny. That's weird to talk like that. It's weird to go, no, shit. With your hand like that, that's funny. You know, and it's not wrong to make fun of Jews, that they're all Jewy. you know? Anyway, that's what Jews get. I'm sticking here in the stereotype that Jews love money. It's just not true. I have this friend who's Jewish, and I tried to give him $1, and he was like, "Arr! Arr!" He hates money.
But the problem is we have no fucking money. I don't know where she thinks the money's coming from. We're so broke. I'm so sick of being broke. I'm broke. I'm just always keep digging this hole. And most people are broke too. That's the thing. This country's just everybody's broke. That's why I don't like George Bush, but I didn't like Kerry either because they're fucking both rich and they don't get it. They don't know what it's like to be poor. Like poor people know what it's like to be rich. They know exactly what it's like because they fantasize about it constantly. Every poor person has their whole rich life all planned out. Every detail. I'm going to have a house made of chocolate, and people are going to blow me as I walk in each room. They're going to be waiting. I'm going to wipe my ass with live rabbits and throw them out the window. You got it all worked out. But rich people don't fantasize about being poor. Why the fuck would they do that? I'll have to take the bus everywhere. Yeah! I've always been poor my whole life. I fucking never had any money. And I don't care. I don't give a shit. But, you know, there's a lot of people that are poor now. Like, I was driving through upstate New York, and there's people up there, man, their lives are just shitty. Like, you ever drive through a whole town, and you're like, what, did a shit bomb go off in this place? What happened? Everybody's life sucks in the whole town. And you can tell because they're just standing in front of their houses like... just bleak. And a lot of people call those people white trash. And I love that expression, white trash, because it's the only racial expression that you can use, and nobody gets offended. Nobody gives a shit. When you say white trash, nobody goes, hey, don't talk like that about them. That's not nice. Nobody defends white trash. You could be talking to the most liberal hippie in the world. You're, hey, I saw this guy, he was white trash. He'll go, ha ha, fuck that guy. White trash loser.
God, you did never say that. Oh my God. No, I'm gonna go if you can. Seriously. What?
Hi, could you stop talking because you're making it hard for me to do my job.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's okay. Just, you don't have to be sorry. Just please don't do it anymore, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Anyway. Holy shit. This gets me a little... Sorry. I was on a plane the other day, and people on plane... You know when you're on a plane and you're on the tarmac, and you haven't... but you can't get to the gate because there's a plane at your gate?
That's what happened to Mike the other day.
Excuse me?
No, my my friend, that happened to him too.
I don't care.
Well, no, my friend Mike.
Hey! Nobody cares about your friend Mike. Nobody cares about your friend Mike.
Okay.
Nobody cares about your friend Mike.
Okay, whatever. It was funny.
What was funny?
Unlike you.
I'm sorry?
I said unlike you.
It was funny, unlike me.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
What happened to the parade?
What parade?
The parade of stupid you were floating? I'm just curious.
Okay, that's
you
not
veer?
even. That's not even funny.
It's not?
No.
Okay. You sure? All right.
No, you're offensive.
I'm offensive?
Yes.
What do you mean?
You're making jokes about rape, and that's offensive.
You don't like rape?
No.
You don't?
No.
That's really weird because you know that you wouldn't even exist if your mom hadn't raped that homeless Chinese guy.
Oh my God.
However many years ago you're born. No, listen, I'm sorry. I'm really... It's hard to come back from that, but I am sorry. I didn't mean that. Look, can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you please just die of AIDS? Does anybody have AIDS who they could put their dick in her face and get her started on that?
Oh my God.
Anybody?
I could sue you. you.
What? You can sue me?
Yeah.
You know who I would like to sue? Everybody that works in the hospital that you were born at. Because I would like to sue them for not responsibly pulling your head off the second. Letting you live was medical malpractice.
Can't you just, like, move on?
No, I can't. I really can't, because you're the worst thing that ever happened in America. Seriously, it goes you, slavery, and then Pearl Harbor and 9/11 combined. Those are the three. And so, like, as an American, I feel like it's my duty to make you feel poorly. And your mother's a whore.
My mother's dead.
Your mother's dead?
Yeah.
That's good. It is. You know why? Because she can't make any more with her.
You did not just call me a C word.
What's that?
Did you just call me a C word?
No, I called you a because you're and your mother is one, and she had one. You know what? The moment you were being born, there was a guy walking by, and you know what he said? He said, "Hey, look, some coming out of some."
Anyway, I was watching the election bullshit, and I don't think either of these guys should be president because they're both rich. And I have a problem with that because rich people don't know what it's like to be anything but rich. They have no idea. But see, poor people know what it's like to be rich. They know exactly what it's like because they got it all worked out in their heads what it's going to be like when they're rich. Every detail. I'm going to live in a chocolate house and I'm going to wipe my ass with live rabbits and the whole fucking thing. But rich people don't fantasize about being poor. Why would they? Oh, I'm going to have to wait in line and take the bus. The bus is when that's when you know you're poor again. That's the fucking word. Fuck. I'm on the bus again. At least you can get off the bus. The subway, sometimes you get trapped down there, man. I never know where the fucking train is going. I have no idea where I'm going to end up when I get on a train. I get on the train, they make announcements, there's a dot on the side, but none of it adds up, really. The guy's like, this is a C train, but we're not making any C stops. If you want to go to 40, look, get the fuck off the train, first of all. We're not going wherever you're going. Get off. And everybody's like, ah, shit! So you see everybody break out of their trance. You know, they're all sitting there, and I gotta see, oh, fuck, motherfucker! That's where everybody loses it. I actually saw this. There was a guy who's like a priest, like one of these crazy, like homeless priests with a Bible saying, Jesus gave so that we could all have love, and ladies and gentlemen, this train is going out of service. Oh, motherfucking cunt! Jesus Christ! Fucking whore! Fucking bullshit! The worst is when they go express, like on a whim. They just decide, let's not stop anymore. This stopping is no fun. Let's just go until we hit a wall or something. And they tell you as the doors are closing, next stop 205th Street. And you gotta try to act like not one of the people that shouldn't be on the train, you know. Oh, that's great. It's good. It's good. I want to get there quicker. Yeah, that's right where I'm headed. It's good news. You gotta do that. You can't go, oh my God! I don't belong on this train! Help me! I'm afraid of that area! All these other people moving their wallets to the front pockets. Just going, what the fuck else? Fucking things. All right, I'm ready.
It's a weird fear that, well, white people have. Nobody who's not white is at all afraid. I swear to God. No, I don't know that. But I know that all white people are, because it's like an automatic fear. Most white people live in New York all their lives, never go to Harlem, never even see it. It's like a beautiful place, never fucking see it. Because they're certain that as soon as you go to Harlem, someone immediately murders you. Like, it's just an automatic, someone just stabs you right in the face the instant you fucking cross 125th Street. Hey, how you doing? There you go. You know, that's all people in Harlem do. They just stand there waiting. They don't have any, like, busy lives or social lives. They just stand there waiting for lost white people to kill when they get there. What's so uptight about race, you know? But one thing you can say racially that nobody ever gets offended is white trash. It's the one term that when you use it, nobody gives a shit. When you say white trash, nobody ever goes like, hey, man, come on, why are you going to talk about that? That's not cool. Nobody defends white trash. You can be talking to the most liberal hippie in the world. Hey, I saw this guy, he was white trash. He'll go, ha, fuck that guy. White trash piece of shit. Those people are hilarious. They're starving to death and live in trailers. Let's go shit right in their faces right now. I was in upstate New York recently, and people in upstate New York, pretty much all their lives are just shit there. I don't know if you've been up there, but you ever just drive through a whole town and you go, man, everybody's life sucks here. You can tell because if you drive through a town where people's lives are okay, they're walking around, they're doing stuff, but you're going through these towns upstate New York, people are just standing in front of their houses like... I saw this guy with his sign. I was at a red light in this town in upstate New York, and the sign said, honk if you love America, right? And I'm looking at the guy, and well, who is this guy? What is he doing? He's just standing there. Where the fuck is that's his day? He went out and that's what he decided to do today? What kind of a day is that? And he looks at me and he's like angry because I haven't honked yet. And he's like, come on, honk, motherfucker. And he's like, oh, pissed off. And I decide, you know what? I'm not honking. Fuck him. Fuck him. He doesn't get to decide this rule. Who gave him the right to decide this, that the fucking... Fuck you. What if I go up to him with a t-shirt that says, lick my balls if you love Jesus? Come on, man. You gotta do it. What are you, a Jew? Lick him! Thanks a lot, folks. Good night. Enjoy the rest of the show.
It's harder having a dog because children develop and dogs just stay dumb. And they never figure it out. And when you're dog, I don't know if you ever had a dog that's had a medical problem, but you can't get their cooperation when you need to help them. Because you can't say to them, you have this problem, you see.
Yeah.
I had this dog, when I took my dog to the vet the first time, she was, a year old when I adopted her. And the vet told me, don't let your dog eat dark chocolate. I don't know if you know this, but
I've heard this, that
yeah.
Dark chocolate is supposed to be poison to dogs.
Kills them. And vets won't explain it further either. It's like, why does it kill them? Oh, just they die. Like, they won't tell you why. Like, what do I do if my dog eats dark chocolate? Watch her die or leave the room. But the vet did tell me there's one thing you can do, which is give your dog hydrogen peroxide. And that foams up in the dog's belly, and then they throw it up with the chocolate. That's what you should know to do that. But you got to do it quickly before they ingest the chocolate. All right, so I come home like 6 months later. Sure enough, my dog ate dark chocolate. I had friends who had stayed over, and they didn't know. They left dark chocolate in low places.
Right.
Which is very popular.
Here's a good place for this.
Yes.
I could put it on this high shelf, but I think not.
They put it way down.
I may be crawling on the floor later.
That's right. And might not need a snack.
So what? So you come home and had your dog eaten it?
Eating a whole big bar of dark Polish chocolate. The Polish part doesn't matter, but I like saying Polish chocolate. and my dog had chocolate on her face, and I went, oh my God! And she looked at me like, I was home for an hour alone. What are you gonna, come on. And I was like, you're gonna die! And she's looking at me like, I don't understand English, but I get that you're upset. And so I'm thinking, I gotta get hydrogen peroxide into this dog, but I don't have any. So I've got to go to the pharmacy, and she needs to come with me because there's no time. Right. I'm in New York City, and I put the leash on her. She's like excited. We're going for a walk. And I'm running, and she's like, this is great for you. You never exercise. And she's just enjoying it. And then we get to the pharmacy, and she's waiting for me when I come out, and I've got a bottle of hydrogen peroxide that I have to make her drink.
Yeah.
Like, take yourself through that. How do you make a dog? Like, you just, here, drink this. You know? So I kind of pour a little in her snout, and she goes, like that. And so I kind of grab her, and I pour a little more. She goes, I think I was pretty clear that I didn't like that. Like, she looks at me like, she's trying to figure out what's going on here. And so I get my whole body around her. This dog was 70 pounds. She was like an alligator.
Yeah,
and if she didn't want to drink something, she's just thrashing. I'm like, drink it! And at one point, I have her on the end of the leash, and she's looking at me all wet on the face. And she gives me this look like, I don't know what happened to you, but our thing is over. I'm not into you anymore. I'm a dog. And she starts going, she became completely vicious. She's trying to bite me, and I'm trying to save her life.
Yeah.
So I'm punching her in the face and splashing this stuff. I'm holding her lips open. I'm going, kicking her in the stomach. And people, I look, and there's hundreds of people on the sidewalk just horrified.
Yeah.
There's cars stopped, and they're honking at me. Leave her alone! She's gonna die! It was a nightmare. And finally, I got enough up her nose and whatever.
Right.
And she was like, dude, and then she just like a pump, just and just brown foam.
Yeah.
Brown, like she's like another dog is coming out of her. And she made it, but she never liked me after that. She hated me. Because from her point of view, I just went nuts.
You went nuts.
I lost my mind.
For no reason.
I'll tell you this story about one time that I thought I was going to die. I think it's the only time where I thought, why wouldn't this be when I die? I was on a plane. I've been on a lot of planes and a lot of shitty weather and stuff, but this shit was fucked up. I was in Indianapolis on a plane, waiting to take off, and we're sitting there, and the pilot comes on, and he says, hi folks, the fuel gauge is broken, so we're waiting for maintenance. So we wait about 20 minutes. And he comes back on, folks, the fuel gauge is still broken, but we're going to go anyway. We know how much fuel we have, and we feel confident it'll be okay, so we're going to go. And I'm thinking, okay, well, he's a pilot. I'm sure he's going by some manual that says, you know, if the fuel gauge breaks, call maintenance. If they're not there in 20 minutes, fuck it. Fuel gauges are overrated. Just go. You're fine. Just top it off and remember what happened. So then we still don't take off. And the guy comes back on. Folks, we have another problem. LaGuardia Airport in New York won't give us clearance to take off because the weather's been bad there intermittently. So we're going to wait for that. So we wait 20 minutes. Then he comes back on. Folks, LaGuardia still hasn't given us clearance. But we're going to go anyway. We're looking at the radar. We think the weather will be fine. So what we're going to do is say that our destination is Philadelphia. We'll get clearance to go there. Halfway to Philadelphia, we'll switch course to LaGuardia Airport. We'll be happy there in a few minutes. I swear to God he said this. First of all, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be honest with the dude in the tower. Like, does the dude in the tower have to go, really? You're going to come on. Tell me where you're going. And why is he telling us this shit? Am I going to have to corroborate this lie if we get pulled over by the sky police at some point in the flight? Oh, no, we're totally going to Philly. I got a brother there, and we got a thing in Philly. But I'm still fine with it because we're travelers on the plane. Yeah, I got a thing. Fuck it. I'm immortal. Just go, please. Yes. Go into marginal weather with shoddy equipment secretly. I totally support this plan. So, we take off. We get above where we are right now. And it's just a black motherfucker of a cloud. It's just like the Wizard of Oz. It's just, there's trees throwing apples at us. It's crazy. It's just horrible. And we're the whole flight, and we're making these circles. And me and the guy next to me are both listening to the tower. You know how you can plug into your seat sometimes? And you can listen to the tower talk to the area airplanes. And we keep hearing our guy trying to get clearance to land. from LaGuardia.
This is Delta 288 requesting clearance to land. It's a negative 288. Low visibility.
A few minutes go by.
This is Delta 288. We would really like clearance to land. Yeah, that's a negative 288.
Like he was getting annoyed. And meanwhile, we're just circling and burning this vague amount of fuel. We could just stop being an airplane at any second. And then we hear this. This is all true. The LaGuardia guy comes.
It's LaGuardia Airport to all area airplanes. We are closed for the night. Zero visibility. Not safe for landing. Please divert to Philadelphia or Allentown, Pennsylvania, or Boston.
And then we hear our guy.
This is Delta 20. We need to land now. We have no fuel. We have no fuel. We have to land right now.
Wow. Interesting. Then there's a pause, and then we hear this.
Well, then clear to land, then 280. That's how he said it. Like, dude, no one can see, okay? But just, I guess all the dumb decisions you made today have made this a good one. Just take a shot. I'm going home. Just fucking turn the lights off after you crash. I don't give a shit, frankly. By the way, you're not supposed to be here, you fucking liar. You said you were going to Philly.
So as soon as we get clearance, we just like we start bulleting. We're either flying desperately towards the ground or falling. I don't know that there's a difference. We come out of the clouds, and there's the fucking Earth right fucking there. It's right there. That's what low visibility means. We come out of the clouds, and no, fuck, it's right there, Jesus! And the plane just... And you can feel the plane go, oh, fuck, I can't do that. What are you, nuts? And we go and veer over the highway, and I swear to God, I saw people in their cars go, what the fuck? And we hit the runway like sideways, like poof. And the pilot comes back on, all true, I swear to God, he's totally out of breath. He's like,
welcome to LaGuardia Airport, New York City. You may turn on your cell phones now, and you may call your loved ones.
He said that. He said, you may call your loved ones. And everybody on the plane was crying and rocking back and forth, just sobbing, calling their husbands and their wives. I'm divorced. What am I going to hide? Remember you hate me? Well, I almost died. And I got in a cab, and the cab driver goes, that was a very bad landing. I was like, how'd you know that was me? He's like, that's the only plane to land in 4 hours. We all watched the drivers. We said they're going to die. 1994, I went to Russia, and it had just become Russia again. It was the Soviet Union until really that year, everything started to crash down. And at the time, I was a writer for the Conan O'Brien show, and I had written there for 2 years, and I was burnt out, and I didn't want to do it anymore. So I went to the head writer, and I said, I have to quit, because I think I'm going to have a nervous breakdown. And he said, take 2 weeks off, and we'll pay you for the 2 weeks. And I said, okay, I'll do that. So I had nowhere to go, and I thought, maybe I'll go to Russia. I really don't know why. I can't really explain any decisions I made then. Because I have children now, so you don't have to search when you have children. You're not like, oh, what could I do to enhance my life? You're just sort of compelled to do whatever comes at you at a certain age in life. But I was in my 20s. I had no wife, nothing. I had no girlfriend even. I just was this guy, and I had money from a TV job. And so I just said, I'm going to go to Russia. Because when I was a kid, I used to read Russian novels, and I loved them. And I would open all the windows so I would be cold, and I wanted to be cold like they were. So I just decided I'm going to go. And also somebody told me that the wall had just come down in the Soviet Union and that Russia was a really crazy place at the time. So I said, I'm going to go there. I speak no Russian. I can't even look at the alphabet and understand what I'm looking at. There's no place more foreign to me than Russia. So I went. I went to Moscow, which is, when you land in Moscow, it's just forest, and there's a city in the middle of just forest. It's terrifying. And as the plane goes down, you're like, no, I didn't want to really do this. And the whole time there, I couldn't fend for myself. It was already a country that was just broken in pieces. And the weirdest things happened to me there, and they just became normal after a while. Like I was in a restaurant, and a waiter came up to me, not my waiter, and he said, Coca-Cola? And I said, uh-huh. He said, Coca-Cola. And I said, sure. I don't drink Coca-Cola, but I had learned by that point to just do what they're asking you to do. Sure. So he went to the kitchen and he got a Coke in a can, and he handed it to me, and he said, $5. Because only dollars were worth anything there. And I said, okay, on my bill. He said, no, $5, me now. So I gave him $5, and he put on his coat and he left. He just sold me a Coke on the side and then quit his job. So those are the kind of confusing moments I was having there. And I couldn't talk to anybody, and I was so lonely. It's difficult. I mean, I was alone, and I just sit in the room and go, okay, that was a really fucked up day. I hated that day. And I tried to watch television, and the TV was American shows like Dynasty. And the way they translate, they didn't have, what they did was the sound is a little down, and there's just one man saying all of the dialogue over the whole show. I was there for 2 weeks, and it just was crushingly, I had made no contact with anyone. And then one day I went into the subway. Now, if you've never been to Moscow, the one thing I learned there is that, well, the streets are very, I can't gesture with this thing. It's beautiful, but I can't keep punching you in the face with a big white fist. Okay. The streets in Moscow during the Cold War, they were made wider so that they could have missiles go down the middle of the street for the parades. And if you go there, you'll find out, if you go behind the big buildings, they actually tore the buildings off of their foundations and dragged them back. And a lot of the bigger buildings in Moscow, in the back, they're being held up by like bricks. It's really unnerving how unsafe the whole city is. So the streets are very wide, and you can't cross the street on a green light. You'll never make it. So they made tunnels so you can go under. And those are connected to the subway. And the subway in Moscow, you go down in an escalator and you keep going until you think, it just keeps going. Like, this is so deep, this is really upsetting. But anyway, everyone hangs out in these tunnels. I went in the middle of December. I went to Russia in the middle of December alone. And I'm standing in the subway and I'm watching a violin player. And the one thing about Russia still today, I think, is that no one has any money. So when you see a guy playing the violin in the subway, he's like the first chair violin for like the Russian symphony orchestra, because that doesn't pay shit, and at least he can get a few kopecks in the subway. So I'm watching him, and these other people are sitting on the floor, and we're crying. Everybody's crying. Everybody. It's just normal. People are just watching, just wiping away tears. And there's a young fella sitting here, and he looked my age. I was 25 at the time. He looked about 25, and he was tattered and just watching this violin player. And then this group of kids walked by, about 8 children, ranging from 5 to 10 years old. and their faces were dirty, like, you know, like in Oliver Twist, like they were in a play. Like they had rubbed dirt on their face. And they're all wearing men's coats that they're wearing as like you know, from the neck down to the floor. And none of them have sleeves, their hands in their sleeves. Their sleeves are just flopping. They were like street urchin kids. And the coats, it just looked like these men's coats. And you kind of knew all the men who owned those coats are dead. And at least one of these kids killed those guys. Like, I swear I looked at an 8-year-old's face and thought, he has murdered. And that's what they looked like, just tough little kids. And I'd seen them before in Moscow. They work in groups. The guy sitting below me that I identified with called out to the head kid in the front. I don't speak Russian, so I just knew he was going, he's appealing to him. He needed something. And the kid with his hands in his sleeve looked at him suspiciously and said, like, what the fuck, why, what do you want from me? And the guy went, explaining himself, and he showed that his shoe had come apart. And he showed that his shoe was like a flap, and he showed the kid, and he showed him his shoe, and the kid shrugged and said, like, okay. And the kid's hand appeared from out of the sleeve, and there was a tube of shoe glue in his hand. He didn't rummage for it, it was already there. And he handed it to the guy, and the guy fixed his shoe with the glue, gave it back and just did. And then the kid from the other, he took his other hand had a paper bag, and he put the glue in, and he huffed it, and his eyes rolled back, and he got high. And then the group kept going, and I couldn't believe what I just saw. That the misery in this country at that time was so calculable and so predictable that this guy thought, my shoe's broken. Oh, there's a child. He's sure to have some glue in his hand because the state of our nation is so wretched. And I looked, and he looked at me, and I was startled, and then he laughed, and I laughed. And he's the only person I had any contact with in the whole of the Soviet Union. And I realized this is why I came here, to find out how bad life gets, and that when it's this bad, it's still fucking funny. That's all I got. Thank you.
I gotta also ask for the boat. What happened with your boat?
Oh yeah.
That was all of a sudden like, wow, Louis like a tabloid guy. Louis C.K. in his boat,
just hanging out waiting to be rescued.
I got stuck in the mud.
This new Black Crowes album.
It was my first day. Yes, it was my first day in the
stuck in the mud.
I just bought it. And I spent one day on it with some guy who showed me the specifics of the boat. But it's this big fucking boat with 2 engines, and it's really complicated to drive. And I took my girls out on it. And as we were pulling out of the marina, my daughter was like, how do you know how to do this?
Oh, shit.
And I was like, it's not that big a deal. Like, I was defensive with my 10-year-old. It's not that big a deal. I can do this. And we went around Manhattan, and I got in all this shit I had no qualifications to deal with.
That's a crazy waterway, because the currents,
especially on the east side.
Especially, what do they call that fucking
an actuary.
Don't
they call it Devil's something?
No, it's like something.
All the water.
Hell's Gate.
Hell's
Gate.
That's right.
Yeah.
All the water converges right there.
They should call it Watergate.
Where the rivers kind of split.
The Long Island Sound collides with the Harlem River.
Right. That's it. Yeah. It gets a little dicey over there.
Really
Don't
bad.
say the Harlem River around Anthony today.
No.
I'm all right.
A little sensitive.
It's been a renaissance up there.
Don't say Muddy River.
Moment when we were in that cauldron and we just smashed, like the boat felt like it was coming apart, and my 7-year-old screamed, and her sister held her eyes, like closing them. It was like, it was really stressful.
Were you panicking?
Then we get no, I mean it's nervy, but
it was making that smack sound on the water. The bow goes like, bam, bam,
It was really bad.
It's where the Harlem River meets.
Yeah, the Long Island Sound.
The Long Island Sound,
it
the East
swirls
River,
in
the
such a
Harlem
way
River.
you've never seen before.
Yeah.
It's crazy
Yeah, it's
to go
all,
through
and
that area.
you get whirlpools.
Like up by Yankee
You don't
Stadium?
come like a
No,
lumber.
on the east side.
It's
Not
fucking
far from
lumber
Yankee
floating around.
Stadium. Not far from there.
Oh yeah, well it is. Yeah,
That is
Yankee
east
Stadium's
side.
on the east side. It's south
crazy
of there.
to navigate that.
It's just north of Roosevelt Island.
Yeah.
Correct.
And are you thinking I just want somebody who knows how to do this here right now with me?
Yeah. And then we went up to the Harlem River, which is very, it's
awesome.
like glass.
It's really nice.
And so now we got through it, and we're really happy. And I've got frozen burritos and macaroni and cheese. So we're gonna pull over, throw the anchor, and we're gonna make lunch. And so I find this little cove, this sweet little cove.
Nice.
And
in Harlem?
There's people in a park next to it, and it's just a nice place. So I pull in there, and the boat just stops moving all of a sudden. And everything starts beeping because the boat is the boat is cooled by water that it's sitting in. So now it's just sucking mud up into this 2-hour-old engines are now packed with mud. And I just shut everything off because I know everything's overheating.
Oh man!
And my daughters go, "What's going on?" And I turned to them and I said, "You need not to ask me any questions for a little while."
Oh shit! Yeah.
And the park ranger calls over to me from the shore, and he says, "You ain't going anywhere. It's low tide. You're going to be stuck there for a long time." And I'm like, no, it's all right. I'm trying not to let my daughters hear this. And I call the Coast Guard, whatever, the Channel 16. And I'm like, anybody can tow me out of here. And these cops show up on the boat. And they're like 50 yards away, and they're not going to come anywhere near me.
No.
And they said, yeah, you're going to have to wait till
you're
high tide.
infectious.
Yeah, it's around 1 o'clock, and I'm on the radio with the cops, and they go, you're going to have to wait till high tide. And I said, when's that? And they said, maybe midnight tonight.
Oh, no.
And both my daughters start crying. Did
you stay the whole time, or did you get out?
You can't. There was no way to get out, because in a few minutes, we were surrounded by mud. And it was like quicksand. Like I put a stick in it, and it just fell into the mud.
Were you embarrassed?
Fucking
One of the best questions I've ever heard. Quick, salient, succinct. Oh, man.
I was really embarrassed.
So you were pretty much just like, no more water. Your boat is sitting in muck.
Mud, yeah.
In mud.
Really
And
gross.
you're waiting for the tide to come back in. Were you afraid that it was just going to be stuck in the mud and
I was afraid
not
of that.
come up?
I was afraid. My daughter was like, what if we like keel over? What if we start tipping over? I'm like, that can't happen. And in my head, I'm like, that could totally happen. And the cops said they would go get us food, because we couldn't cook any of the food now because it needs a generator to run the fucking oven.
How would they get it to you?
Well, that was a big deal, because they went and got us food. The cops, they bought us a whole chicken and some rice. Really nice guys. Then they come back, and now there's a huge expanse of mud between us and them.
Food.
And they go, we don't know how you're going to get this. They put it in a garbage bag. And I start throwing a line to them, but it's not making it. All these people on the shore, everybody knows who I am now.
Oh, no.
So there's people in the park and the shore who are just on a rail just watching me. And I'm throwing this, I've tied a pot to the rope, and I throw it, and it gets about halfway there, and I'm pulling it back, and I'm covered in mud, because every time the rope comes back, it's totally covered in mud, and I have to get the mud off so it's not heavy. Every time I go to throw it, all the people on the side, half of them are going, well, pull it for you, Louie, you can do it. And then when I miss, they go, oh, man! It's like playing left field for the Yankees.
It's
totally the Yankee Stadium
Boo.
crowd. People booed. People booed.
Wow.
And I couldn't get it, so finally the cops pulled over a guy who was fishing, and they used his rod to throw me a line.
Cast a line.
They cast a weight over
Oh,
me.
nice.
So you're able to
I
tie
tied it
that.
to a rope.
Right.
Oh, shit.
They pulled, and I had to pull dinner onto the boat. I was so soaked in mud and sweat. Totally.
Then it was chicken mole after that.
That's right.
Had your kids calmed down by that point?
They were great. My kids were amazing.
Yeah.
Then what happens at midnight?
We waited and waited. Once in a while, like it started raining a little bit, and I heard some from the darkness in the park, some kid go, "Hey, Louis C.K., it's raining out now." This is crazy.
Asshole.
But those guys at the marina where I keep the boat, they're really cool guys, and they sent some young guy, and in a boat, and they just dropped him in the water, and he swam to us.
Jesus.
Crazy kid. And he came on board with me and helped me get it out. Once the water came up, we used the bow thruster to shove the boat
Oh, you got a
around.
little bow thruster on there.
Were you feeling it rise as the water's coming? You're like, oh, God.
No, the boat wasn't moving because the water was coming up and the boat was just sitting there stuck in the mud. So that's why we used the bow thrusters are above
Shake
the
it
mud.
loose. Wow.
So we shook the boat around.
Whoa.
And it worked.
And at one point, the tide was starting to go down again, and the guy that was with me said, "It's your call, but we could put it in. We could turn the engines on and put it in reverse and try to get out of here."
What'd you do?
Yeah, it was like Apollo 13 because everything had been off for a long time, and now we're like, he says we have 10 seconds of battery. It was all this stuff.
Oh,
Yes.
So we fired up and just put it in reverse, and mud just. It was crazy.
We don't have enough lambs to get Louis out of the mud.
Everybody has their time. Everybody has their time. I mean, not everybody. There are people out there who there's just nobody for them. Yep. People like to say things like, there's someone for everyone. Nope. Not at all true. And stop saying it because it's mean to people who never find anybody. There are millions of people out there who we've all unanimously decided they are light speed ugly and nobody kisses them on the lips even. Nobody touches their genitals their entire life. They just wash it and then they die. That's all that happens. Oh, and if you're feeling bad for them, you can go find one and fuck one tomorrow. You can just solve the problem right there. With all that kindness in your heart. Oh, well, go fuck one. Nah, I didn't think so. That's the one way we're all mean. Nobody does that. Nobody fucks down. Nobody. People fuck up or across. Some women fuck down because a guy talked them into that it was up. Yeah, no, you should. I'm totally up, yeah.
My next guest is a comedian who starred in the HBO series Lucky Louie. His HBO comedy special Shameless comes out on DVD June 26th. Please welcome Louis C.K. Now, Louis, we've known each other a long time. I haven't spoken to you in a couple of months. How are you?
Well, I'm all right. I'm fat.
You're fat?
Yes, I'm a great big fat person.
No.
It's just been, I'm growing fatter. I just weighed myself and I'm 240. Mm-hmm. You know how doctors have like a formula for rule of thumb, how to figure what your optimum weight is? I'm pretty sure it's not your age plus 200 pounds.
That could possibly be.
Really
I don't know.
fat.
I haven't looked into it.
You're a fat dude.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about something cheerful then. How was your Father's Day? Father's Day must have been.
Well, yeah, I got to spend it with my kids, which Yahoo.
You're such a sentimental
Well, it's
sap.
not, it's like, hey, you're Employee of the Month, go mop up. It's what I have to do. I have to be with my kids. I'll shut up. None of you have kids. I can see it by looking at you. Here's the thing. Parents never get to say that it's hard. You don't get to say that.
Right.
And it's the hardest thing in the world. Anything else that's hard, you get to say, this sucks.
Right.
But when you're a parent, first of all, it's impossible. You make huge mistakes constantly. Like, oops, irreversible damage there. Move on. You know, just huge mistakes. You don't get to sleep anymore. You don't have sex anymore. You eat standing up and fast. The entire nation depends on our success as parents.
Yeah.
And you don't even get to say it sucks. You have to say stuff like, I couldn't even imagine my life without my children. I can totally imagine my life. Really? That's actually all I ever do is imagine my life.
Really?
And it's not a big fantasy. I'm not in the World Series of Poker. I'm just sitting in a chair, jerking off and eating chocolate. That's really it. That's all.
Lord. Okay. Well, listen, yes, you bring up a good point. Parenting is definitely very hard work. I have 2 kids, and I know that it's very hard work.
Well, like, if you get sick, nobody cares. You can't call in sick to having kids.
Right.
As a matter of fact, if you get sick, your spouse hates you for being sick. Because it's just making their life harder. And I'm the same way. Like, my wife, one time, she's like, I have diarrhea. I had diarrhea all night. I'm staying in bed. And I'm like, let me see it. I want to see the diarrhea. Show me at least a cup of diarrhea if you want to stay in bed. There's just no way I'm taking it on faith and spending all day with the kids by myself. I'm just not. And she's the same way. Like, I had a stomach flu. It was real. I was so sick, just deathly sick. And my stomach hurt a lot.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, get out of bed. Let's go. You know, you stayed up all night. It's your fault. Let's go. And I have to amp up how sick I think I am to get it. I'm like, I'm really sick. I might have internal bleeding right now. And so she says, well, go to the hospital if it's that bad.
Sure.
And I did.
You did?
True story.
You did?
I went to a hospital.
Just to try and prove
I went into the emergency room and I said, I got a stomach ache. My wife doesn't care. And they admitted me. Because at the emergency room, they don't go like, get out of here, you pussy. They whatever you have, you can go in a hospital and say like, I just feel icky. I just feel weird.
And they have to.
Put a bracelet on you and fill out a thing, and whatever. And so this doctor, this wonderful doctor, she gave me morphine in my arm. She gave me a drip of morphine.
Really?
And which was great. And then she sent me home with opiate suppositories, which is a huge dilemma to me.
Okay.
Because I like opium. Who doesn't? It's perfect. It's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
But I have a huge problem with voluntarily putting things in my own ass. I just can't do it.
So it's a battle of wills here.
And I'm in the bathroom with my pants in my ankle, and I'm like sweating and shaking, and I've got a little tiny thing. I'm like talking to myself, just do it! Just come on! I don't want to do it. Finally, I cram it in there, and I think that was probably the greatest moment of my entire life.
Really?
Yes, because it's pure opiate pleasure that begins at your anus. It just explodes. Just this warmth that starts at the ground zero that is your ass. And you just go, oh, God, that is good. More things in my ass, please.
Okay, then.
So that's what it's like having kids.
Yeah. Shameless comes out this Tuesday, and Louis will be appearing at Crackers Comedy Club in Indianapolis, June 22nd through the 24th. Louis C.K., thank you. We'll be right back. The Mooney Suzuki, stick around.
Are the girls ready yet?
Nah, but get.
I was in Florida recently. I don't like Florida at all. That's a shit state full of shit people. That's what I think. I hate Florida. I hate it. I hate the whole thing. I hold the entire. It doesn't look like a dick. People say that. It looks like a shit coming out. If you look at it, it's like America's ass, and it's a shit that's just that you're trying to. And there's a little. Cuba's like a little that came first. That's what I think of Florida. Every time there's a hurricane, I'm like, yeah, get them all, Melissa. No.
I don't mean any of that. It's just fun. I was in a sushi restaurant in Florida, and it was empty. You ever go in a restaurant, and it's open, but you're literally the only person in there. You walk in, the staff is like sitting at the tables, you know? And you walk in, you're like, are you open? They're like, yeah. And so you go, oh, good. And they're like, oh, we gotta fire up the whole fucking restaurant for this one guy now? So I ordered a lot of sushi because I felt bad for wasting their time. And I didn't eat most of it because I don't like sushi. And so the waitress comes over, she's Japanese, and she says, you know Finnish? Which is what she said. It's just what she said. I'm not gonna change what she fucking said. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that she said you're not gonna finish that, because it doesn't happen to be what she said. And I have to do the accents, because it's weird if I tell you that she said, you know Finnish? So I'm stuck. She said, you know Finnish? Do you know Finnish? It's exactly what she said. It's a perfect replica. And I said, no, I know Finnish. Because I think that's polite. To repeat people's bad English to them. Otherwise, you're being a dick. It's like, you know Finnish? No, I am not going to finish. You left out a lot of words. I took the liberty of restoring them.
Life is short. Life is very short. I like life. I like it. I feel like even if it ends up being short, I got lucky to have it, because life is an amazing gift when you think about what you get with a basic life. Not even a particularly lucky life or a healthy life. If you have a life, here's your boilerplate deal with life. This is basic cable, what you get when you get life. You get to be on Earth. First of all, oh my God, what a location. This is Earth, and for trillions of miles in every direction, it fucking sucks so bad. It's so shitty that your eyes bolt out of your head because it sucks so bad. You get to be on Earth and look at shit, as long as you're not blind or whatever it is. You get to be here, you get to eat food, you get to put bacon in your mouth. I mean, when you have bacon in your mouth, it doesn't matter who's president or anything. You just, Every time I'm eating bacon, I think I could die right now, and I mean it. That's how good life is. You get to fuck. That's free if you're smart. That comes with. That's part of the deal. Where else are you gonna get that deal? You get to put your dick in there and go in and out. Pretty good. And if you're a woman, you get to just lay back and just have a dick just shoving in and out of you awkwardly. Anytime you want. Anytime you want. If you're a gay man, you get to just fill your boyfriend's ass with your dick. Just fill it all the way to the balls. And it's nice and warm and tight in there. And he's your buddy. If you're a lesbian, you get to do all the stuff they're doing. And, it's a great deal. You get to eat, you get to fuck, you get to read To Kill a Mockingbird. It's a great life.